before we talk about your solo career a bit, just wanted to hear from you on, everyone knows you from Dru Hill. Just tell us about where you currently stand with the group.
Right now, I've just been venturing into just a stage where I'm focusing on a few more of my own solo endeavors as well. Over the years, I've been working on some things off and on. I cut some material a while back. I put something out with I did like a record with Jill Scott. They put that on the Rush Hour 2 soundtrack. I did a few things on some soundtracks, but lately I've been focusing on getting some other material, solo material together, as well as writing down, hitting that pen and that pad with a bunch of different ideas, some entrepreneur ideas as well, man. Just looking to expand.
You had the single last year, All This Love. We loved it, like I mentioned. Had it in our countdown, best songs of the year. Tell us a little bit about that song, because it really brought us that 90s feel, that nostalgic feel, but still kind of kept that signature jazz sound to it.
Right, yeah. Well, it was definitely a pleasure to hear, everyone really taking to the song as much as they have so far. And it was basically the vibe for me, it just felt like a feel-good record, you know what I'm saying? And it just flowed real well, man. I could tell you, like, when the first time I even heard the track, I think I finished the song in like 10 minutes, man, maybe like 10 to 20 minutes. I had written everything out. Pretty much. Sometimes when you hear music, it'll speak for itself. You know what I mean? And then and other times you may have to go in the studio and pretty much hash it out. But for that particular record, man, it just had a vibe that was undeniable, and I felt that I heard it.
And this is this leading up to a project you're putting out? What's your plans? Is it EP, an album? What do you got coming?
Oh yeah. This will just be the beginning of many. Definitely, right. Yes. Yep.
So, how as you're a solo artist now, how do you get people to recognize you as such? I mean, like I said, people know you from the group because you guys create a legendary legacy. How do you kind of differentiate your sound now, being a solo artist, from that of Dru Hill's?
Well, the good thing, that I believe is a blessing is just the fact that I'm a heavy connoisseur of music, so like the styles of music that I like is very widespread, and when you're singing in a group, you gotta pretty much pick an area to hold down, almost like when you're playing on a team or something, pretty much pick an area that you're gonna hold down, and I think that area is what people know for me as far as singing in Dru Hill. But when it comes to you doing a solo project, you have the opportunity to open up and do all the other things that all the other, and display all the other talents that you have in different as far as I'm concerned, in different directions, which all come together, and it kind of like brings everybody into my world, into jazz's world, So when it comes to the differentiation of sound and all that, and it's not on purpose. It's just going in and just being creative. Like I always take the mindset of, let's remove all of the walls and blockers and just go in and create, And that's when I usually come out with my best work. When I don't go in trying to stay within some type of frame, I just go in and just let the music speak.
We have to ask. I'm sorry, we're just curious, but you think that your career will ever take you back to Dru Hill someday?
You said, do I think what?
That your career will ever take you back to being part of Dru Hill again someday?
Man, I don't know. It's one thing that I know we always kept saying all the time, always expect the unexpected. And I guess that's when you're looking at life period, like they said, like my man said, and like I said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get, so we never know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All we can do is try to keep striving and be think positive and just know that great things are going to happen. And somewhere along the line, if that's how it's supposed to be, then that's how it's going to be.
Right.